When last we met, you were on the Rock of Brawl after fleeing the destruction on your home world, um, and and the encounters you had on the way to the rock with the astral elves and the derelict Nautiloid, and finally with the Neogi Night Spider, which got chased away by the patrols that served the Rock of Brawl, and you got an escort all the rest of the way here. Captain Sartell of the Moon Dancer um, had dropped you off here and is now going about her business. But before she left, she encouraged you to talk to a Commodore Crux, someone she knew by reputation, who might be able to help you with your astral elf problem. And Commodore Crux was a little drunken when you met him at a bar called the Happy Beholder, which is actually run by a big friendly beholder named Large Luigi. Um, Space is definitely a strange place. You wouldn't expect to see a beholder tending bar on any of the terrestrial worlds on which they are even known. But with that said, you and Commodore Crux started to go to the docks to his ship, which is called, I'm drawing a blank on it. What's the Second Wind? And while you were en route, you were accosted by 4 astral elf warriors wearing cloaks and visors to conceal their identities. And that's where we're going to pick up this week. Right after that fight, you're here on the Rock of Brawl. I went and made all of the labels for everything on the city visible to you, so you should be able to see all the important buildings. If you have any business to conduct, any equipment you want to sell, buy, or trade, or anything like that, I would definitely recommend visiting either the lesser or greater market before you leave the rock, because you might not have an opportunity to do those kind of transactions once you get back out into space.
With what just happened, do we feel like we have time to do that?
Um, because it mechanically would penalize you. I mean, you've got all these breastplates, I know, that you wanted to sell, and I'm not sure
Yeah.
that you've actually sold them yet, and they're going to be useless to you if you don't turn around and sell them. You want to make a hasty retreat from the rock, but that does not necessarily mean that you have to do it immediately right now. It's just something you probably want to definitely do in the next few hours.
So hit the market, hit the mage hall because someone wanted that, and then get the heck out of town type thing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the way I would think about it is, given that ambush, we probably won't be able to safely come back here. So we ought to do that real quickly now, before we go.
Right.
But I think we decided we weren't selling the breastplates. Like, I'm keeping one of them.
Right. Was there
So-
anything else that you wanted to offload, or?
I think we just want to give the wizard a chance to try and go buy some spells, is my sense.
Okay, all right. That takes me to another question here. Right, immediately following this fight with the astral elves, we'll say they're all unconscious and lying, bleeding on the ground. Do you want to finish them off? Do you want to stabilize one of them for questioning, or do you just want to leave them to their own devices and move on?
I thought we had tied them up and put them on the ship because we wanted to talk to them. Or am I thinking a different fight?
Yeah, I don't remember hearing that. I did.
Okay.
I did do a listen to the last 15 minutes of last week's game, and I don't remember hearing that.
If we haven't done that, why don't we do that? I mean, they could also be prisoners. We could use them as leverage. Who knows? They can come in handy.
All right, so we tie them up, put them on the boat, and then go do what we need to do in the town. Or do we want the mage run to do that as we're doing that? I don't know if we want to break up.
Do you want
Maybe we
to take
split up.
4? Do you want to take 1?
I think 4, because we've done so well not randomly killing helpless things. So we either have to leave them behind alive or take them with us. So I vote take them with us.
Yeah, because this is not a time we want, because we'll get chased sooner if we're leaving behind.
Question, guys. Since I've missed the last couple weeks, did anything significant happen? Like, did we level up or anything like that?
Yes, everyone should be level 6 now.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Would we have had a long rest?
I don't.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's also another thing. It's a good point to keep in mind. Like, I have absolutely 0 spells left.
Yeah, I'm getting a little low.
So we may not want to get into anything serious. But I wonder, Exelgrix, if you wanted to take a couple people and go do your wizardy stuff.
Yeah, I actually want to go there too because I have a spell base.
Okay.
Having trouble remembering what happened, but I'm on the board with no hit points. I'm not sure why.
Did the Astral Elves drop him?
I think I was floating, and you guys pulled me back in.
Oh, that was. We've. I think we've recovered since that one. We did.
I'm sorry, say again?
He's back. He's still back. Weren't you here last week, Rana?
Yeah, I was here.
So you shouldn't be out of the space. We fought in a city this time.
That's what I thought. I'm like looking at my sheet, going, "Why is my death save up?" I don't know if I clicked. Maybe I clicked something inadvertently. I'm not sure, but I don't know what my hit points were.
Maybe he was reduced to... Dan, do you remember, was he at 0 when we ended? Because I think we did end, like, right when the fight stopped.
Pretty much, right.
Okay. I actually lied. I have 1 more 3rd level spell slot, so I'm going to heal Threndar with a healing word.
Cool.
For 12. And then you also get the 10, so 22 points.
Cute. Helps. Might help if I go into the game here. Sorry about that.
So I was reading about the Mages Guild Hall, and it says that it's basically all arcane spellcasters in the city are entitled to join this loose federation, either as short-term guests or as permanent dues-paying members. Benefits of membership include access to hard-to-find spell components and the use of the guild's research facilities, and the prospect of professional discourse with others of a similar mind. So it doesn't really get into detail about what kind of spells it can look. But you were looking to scribe some Exelgrix?
Yeah, just thinking maybe if there might be some sort of resources where I could scribe from. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, let me see. I think it's safe to say that. Okay, says to copy a spell, you need 2 hours and 50 gold per spell level.
Okay. So if I was to say just like, well, I've got 110 gold, so 2 spell levels worth of spells.
I'll even, because this is what I'm reading doesn't look like it's official content here. I'm doing a
Right.
quick Google search here. I would say 25 gold per level seems more reasonable for any spell that you want to scribe. And cantrips would be 10.
Okay. So can I just do kind of up to my 100 gold?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Do we have money in the kitty if you need more?
I mean, I don't want to take advantage of it because we're kind of going, outside of
Okay.
the game rules. It's more just, we're finding basically a library where I happen to find a bunch of spells described.
Right.
Yeah, and actually, Dan, I would go over to join it, so I'd have the research available for later for my tinkering stuff.
Very good.
I feel like that. I feel like the game was there too.
Okay.
All right. While you're taking care of that, or we'll just kind of retcon it and say that you had taken care of some of this stuff before even going to see Commodore Crux. But you've got these 4 elf prisoners now, and you want to get them to the second wind. So Commodore Crux leads you the rest of the way to the second wind, and he points her out. The craft is modest in comparison to a lot of the other ships. The sails are a patchwork of mended canvas, and its hull seems barely held together by thick vines that bind it like rope. And there's a full-grown tree sprouting from the aft deck. It's called a living ship, and Crux takes you up to the second wind, and you are accosted again by a tiefling who comes yelling, screaming in at Crux, asking, what he's doing on board her ship. Crux introduces her. Her name is Fel Ardra, and she is by right the current captain of the second wind. As Fel Ardra has worked out an agreement with Crux where she's leased use of the ship, and she has 40 days left on that contract. And she's busy preparing to undertake a big job, and is irate that Crux has shown up with you, and she's ordering you off the boat. Now, Crux is not the best negotiator here, so he's kind of turning to you all for some help in dealing with this. He's making his appeal, but it's falling on deaf ears. So he's asking you to do what you can to get Fel to let Crux have back use of his ship early.
So she needs to get some stuff on the ship and get out of here because she has to make a big delivery.
She says her business is her own, but she says she can't even begin to think about returning the vessel unless she's refunded the rest of her lease payment of 400 gold. Now, Crux says he's prepared to pay that back. But Fel continues, and she insists on being compensated for the lost revenue of the next job that she was going to take, in addition to the 400 gold. She figures she was going to clear 3,000 gold on the next job, so she wants to be compensated for that as well. Crux simply does not have that money. He barely has the money to pay back her 400.
Do we want to handle this nicely, or do we want to be the fun-loving people we can be sometimes?
You said 3,000 gold?
Yes.
Holy mackerel.
What a point.
Yeah, because my way of handling it is I'm going to look at her and say, well, you can either take the 4 and go or end up like the Astro Elves.
Right.
I don't know. That's the way I'd go with it, but what do you guys want to
Calathil, why don't you make an insight check?
Aha. Insight. Not great.
So, okay, what else can you do here? You can try impressing upon her the urgency of your mission, that you're literally trying to save your home world. And so you could use intimidation or persuasion to get her to go along with your plan. Now that the 400 gold, the Crux has given her the 400 gold, you can make that intimidation or persuasion check at advantage.
Anyone got good stats on that stuff?
I'm good at that.
Because my guy's only intimidation is actually hitting.
I can try to persuade
Okay.
at advantage.
Yes, but the DC is 18.
Oh, why did it just roll? Is it not?
You want to roll one more because you had advantage?
Okay, it did come through. Good. Yep.
Ooh, nice. Okay. So let me, before I get to Violet's persuasion check, I want to come back to Thrandar's insight, because he made an insight check and he realizes that Fel is bluffing about that 3,000 gold. He's bluffing to the point of she's at least doubling her figure, if not more. Maybe even tripling.
He kind of coughs and says, beast balls. I don't believe this. Sounds a little inflated.
Now, we go to Violet's pleading her case. What do you say, Violet, to Fel about walking away with just her 400 and losing what would have been about $1,000 job?
I just want to act real pathetic and start get the big puppy dog eyes with the tears and stuff, and that sort of thing.
All right. Your appeal evokes her annoyance more than her sympathy, and with that, she just turns around and storms off. So congratulations in that negotiation. You were able to get through that without a fight. Now, Crux, who is still a little drunk, to be honest, points out that neither he nor his first mate, Mr. Flinch, are spellcasters, so they can't spell jam. And he asks if one of you is a spellcaster. He knows some of you are because he's seen you in battle. But he's asking who wants to take the role of the ship's spelljammer.
I think I know how to do that too.
All right, so you'll be flying the ship. The first mate of the Second Wind is a Hadazi named Mr. Flinch. Mr. Flinch is also a skilled seamster, and all of the patchwork repairs to the ship's sails are his handiwork. Upon meeting you all, the friendly Hadazi begins offering unsolicited guidance on how to improve each of your wardrobes. Flinch is an old comrade in arms of Commodore Crux, and stands by the gift through thick and thin. He is relieved to have Crux back on board and glad to see his friend in high spirits. The tree rooted to the Second Wind's stern castle is a tree ant named Starbow, who you will find is largely indifferent to the aims of either Crux or yourselves, because, like many of its kind, it considers most humanoid problems to be fleeting affairs and takes a much longer view of life. But this tree growing on board means you'll never run out of fresh air, so that is an advantage of being on a living ship. So with that, you are now all aboard the Second Wind and safely off the Rock of Brawl, and that is where Commodore Crux reveals his plan to you. He wants... Here, let me move us over to the Second Wind here. Because we're off the rock and now we're in space here on the Second Wind. Everybody with us? I think everybody should be able to see, and the tokens are all there. So, Crux's plan is to travel to a wild space system called Doom Space. He says it's here that the enemies of the Xerixian Empire are assembling a coalition. Crux believes that the only hope of saving your planet lies in joining this coalition. Now, he doesn't know much about Doomspace, though. So the more immediate destination is a lonely tower on a distant asteroid where a wizard cartographer named Topola lives. Topola is Crux's friend, and he's certain she will be able to provide you with a map of Doomspace. Her tower is at the very edge of the realm space system that you're now in. As the journey, do anybody have any questions or interjections at this point before I continue on?
Can you just let us know when we are able to take a long rest in this journey? That's my only question.
You got it. Well, we're definitely in short rest territory. Let's see. Anytime. Okay, so Crux sobers up and begins moving about the ship with purpose and authority, barking out orders like the military commander he once was. Mr. Flinch comments that it's good to see, it's good to have a new venture to occupy his thoughts and raise his spirits. So he's thankful to you about them. Did you have any questions for either Crux or Flinch about the Xerixian Empire, or about what he knows about this coalition, or anything like that?
Does anyone know what they are? Because I'm going to basically go, what are they?
Crux doesn't know the exact makeup of the coalition. He just has heard. He himself has had some dealings with the astral elves himself. He doesn't like to talk about his history with the Empire. Every time the conversation turns in that direction, he becomes quiet and brooding. And it's obvious that there's a painful memory he doesn't feel comfortable sharing yet.
Was Calthul will ask him whether his world was victimized in this way. In as carrying a voice as she can possibly muster, her charisma is 8, so it's probably not very carrying.
Crux just waves dismissively and mutters, "Things are bound to turn out differently this time."
This time?
Now, you do get a short rest in. And it's at that time, right, just an hour into your trip, away from the Rock of Brawl, that you can see closing in from behind is a gigantic bioluminescent jellyfish-like creature with a flamboyantly dressed figure standing inside its glassy dome. The jellyfish is about 250 feet away, and it is, I believe, faster than you. Yeah, much faster. Almost twice as fast. Let me see. Yeah, 60 versus 40 feet per second. So there's no outrunning this thing, and it seems to be coming your way. This is the figure you can make out in the distance inside the kind of glassy dome of this jellyfish ship.
And it's coming right at us like hostile.
It's coming directly for you at maximum speed, which is, again, faster than your max speed.
Do you guys want to about face and just attack this thing?
Is there a way to communicate with it?
At this distance, the air envelopes of the two vessels haven't merged, so just calling out wouldn't work. So I think you would need to rely on some kind of visual communication or long distance telepathy of some kind. Crux, for his part, doesn't know what to make of this. He's never seen one of these.
How far would you say it is?
250 feet, roughly.
Oh, yeah, that's far.
Have we manned the ballistas? Or...
I guess, do we want to turn about and make our speed directly at him to close in fast? We're going to do that?
Your ship, the Second Wind, has a single ballista on the stern. The tree ant can also throw mangonel stones.
Ooh. That's cool.
Should we just stop and let them catch up and man our thingy?
Be
Stuff.
prepared for them. But
Yeah.
so,
Well, if my thing is, do they look like they have more guns than us, Dan? Do they have multiple ways to fire? Can we tell?
You're not seeing conventional weaponry on this jellyfish.
Have they given any indications of being hostile?
Other than barreling at you at full speed, that's your only. I mean, it's definitely trying to intercept you.
Well, I
But
guess
for
we
what
should.
purpose?
I guess we should at least stop and turn around at a minimum, so we can get our weapon facing at it, right?
yeah.
The weapon's in the back, right? Isn't
Right.
that right there?
Right.
Yeah. So we could just stop. And we could our treant can throw stuff?
Yes. Yeah. He's got a range. I think of. Let's see, 180 feet.
Can we ask him to kind of like hold something to see?
What range are we at, Dan?
It's about 250 foot away.
So I could take a shot at disadvantage.
What's the max range of what you're doing?
300.
Yeah, then you can. Yeah.
Am I driving?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So
I guess
I'm
we should all roll for initiative at this point. Why not?
yeah.
I was gonna say, I take it there's no way to hail them.
Not like that. No.
Communicate them.
Okay.
Do you want me to do like a shot across the bow and intentionally miss, but just like a warning shot?
Oops.
That's the route, not up it.
Not gonna be me going first.
Alright, I know you don't want to hear it. The schedule is coming out in the next couple days. Most likely, I'm going to be the one working Christmas.
All right. So, sorting first, we got Abu. What would you like to do as you see this? This. It's called an aesthetic, is what it is. I'm not giving anything away by giving you the name.
Yeah, but so obviously when you were kennel staff, there was a manager.
Yeah. You're not.
I'm gonna go prepare the
But you
list.
should start coming to terms with it now.
Nope, you can tell them they're not yet quite.
Don't even know that.
All right.
Yeah. So can I move that towards
Can I
facing
implement on
the
total
person?
All the other managers have worked Christmas.
Nope.
And that'll be it for me.
All right. Just manning the ballista. All right. So we get it loaded anyway. Erasira.
Does the treant get a turn, or does it
Yeah,
go with
he should
it
have.
maybe, or
I should have put him in there. All right, he's going on 7.9.
Ooh.
Does the ballista need any assistance with loading?
It's loaded, but you can aim it now with an action.
Sure. I'll do that then. Just have it at the ready.
The ballista range is it's going to be a disadvantaged shot when it goes, but Erasira comes up and assists Abu on that ballista.
Is it too far away or too close?
No, you would get a disadvantaged shot, but you can take a shot at this distance.
So why is it a disadvantage? Because
Because it's
they're too
beyond
close?
120 feet.
Oh, okay.
The ballista
Wait a bit.
ballista range is 124.80, I think.
Okay.
Let me look again. again, 124.80. Yeah, 124.80. So, all right. Narasira did her part. Now we go to this figure that is sitting inside this jellyfish type creature. Is there anything he can do at this distance? I don't think so. So he just waits, and we go to Thrandar.
I don't think I have anything for a distance attack yet. At this distance.
You can always assist on the ballista.
Oh, I thought it was loaded. Okay, yeah, I can help with that.
Yeah, it's loaded now. You can fire it with an action.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Do I have to roll a d20 or something?
Let
Or
me see, I'll roll it. I got it. Here is a ballista bolt. 22. Nice. You want to roll the damage? It's 3d10.
I can do that.
Oh wait, that was the disadvantage shot. That's right. So does it hit armor class 13? Oh, just missed armor class 14. The jellyfish is armor class 14. So your disadvantage bolt shot just missed.
Ah.
All right, and then we go to Exelgrix.
All right, I'm going to just go ahead and get that thing loaded again.
All right. All right, now, Violet, this is where you can move the ship. You are technically below decks, so you're not on the deck of the ship. But you can see as if you are standing from the deck of the ship. And how would you like to maneuver the vessel?
I think we just want to stop at this point and just let it catch up to us.
If you want to close the distance, you could even just back up.
The ship, okay. The ship backs up. All right. Since people are ready to get this started.
All right, let me see here.
Back up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 25, 30, 35, 40. So that's how much we are able to close the distance in that. And we are at Calathel.
Okay. What is the total? Still probably too long for me. What's the distance between ships? Does anyone happen to know?
It's an average distance of about 170 feet.
Okay. Calathil will shout out. Remember, I have no more healing magic in me. And then she will use an action to activate her starry form, which allows me to, every action, hurl. So this is her wild shape ability. She'll take the form of the archer. And that was her action. And then I think the other thing she'll do, she just wants to get like good spacing, kind of away from other people. So she'll come here and kind of try and crouch down against this side.
All right.
And that's it.
All right, Violet, you got anything? Other than staying in the chair, you want to get up out of the chair and join them on the deck?
But
like
if she,
how far do I have to go to get, like, can I
would say
get to my chair and just one?
Yeah, full use of your movement can get you from the chair to the deck.
You can't move the ship though if you're not in the chair, right?
Right.
Yeah. So maybe I want to stay in the chair, at least for now.
Okay.
Because I want to be able to move it at a moment's notice if we need to do that.
Very good. My Faya.
Hey, sorry. I'm gonna take something really fast. Okay. So they're not within distance at all. Okay.
They're still 170 feet away.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
if you had a longbow, they're in range.
No. Well, maybe I do actually. Let me double check that. I don't think I ever use it, but no, I do not have a longbow. Nothing to reach that far. Okay. How many people are on that ballista?
I think we've got 4 people working it right now.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
3 or 4.
Hi, sorry about that. My mom was just asking me a question. So how many people are on the ballista?
I think there's 4 people manning it right now.
Yeah, okay. I'll just I don't want to add just yet another person on that ballista. So
it takes a lot of people to operate one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that much quicker. We can launch it again.
Right.
True. Okay. So wait, I was here, so let me even see the distance. Yeah, I'll just use my come over to here or so, and then I'm just gonna help them with that. So,
Right. So
if it's not already loaded, get it
locked
firing.
and loaded and ready to fire.
Yep.
Now the starbow, the tree ant, has a range on his rocks of 180 feet. Anything beyond 60 is at disadvantage, so this is going to be a disadvantage, but he's going to throw a rock at the jellyfish. And he did not do very well. The rock sailed wide, and now the aesthetic gets to go. So they get that much closer to the ship. What's the distance now? It's like under 100 feet. So they're getting closer. And we are back at the top of the round.
I think, Dan, you didn't have me in there.
Oh, Alex, you're not in there?
Yeah, I only had a 1, so I was kind of at the end. I knew that.
Got it. Let me add you manually, put you on a 1. Put you in here, and before our boo, let's go, Alex.
They're still over 90 feet, right?
I'll give you 90 feet. They're within the exact distances with these maps are a little.
The first attack misses. I'm shooting at the guy.
Okay, now he's got cover. He's inside this thing.
So I'm shooting at him, so that's going to be a disadvantage. Well, the first one doesn't matter. It missed automatically. And the second, let me see the second roll. Yeah, I can't roll tonight.
All right. And then we go to Abu.
Alright, so what's the status of the ballista?
Ready to fire.
Alright, so I will fire. Are we still at disadvantage from that point?
Let me see. Nope, no disadvantage.
Nope.
It's,
right.
If you want to roll the d20, it's just d20 plus 6. Okay, so 17 hits for 3d10 piercing damage. 19 piercing damage to the jellyfish as you skewer it with a giant ballista bolt. This is a good representation of what the thing looks like.
That's beautiful.
That's really nice. That makes it kind of aesthetically pleasing.
Right?
So when it hit, did it jiggle and wiggle?
For sure. Alright, so Abu fired a ballista bolt, and then we go to Erasira.
I guess I'll help reload it.
Alright. Locked. And for his part, is there anything he can do yet? Range 90 feet. I'll give it to him. Let's see, who's he attacking on? Alright, so going after my Fea. Targets you with a chromatic bolt.
Oh, lovely. So, what kind of save do I have to make for chromatic bolt?
It's an attack roll. I was just changing it so you could see the attack result. Ooh.
Oh my god, wow. That's...
Right. So, ouch, yeah, that's 22 points of, we'll call it, radiant damage.
Wow.
Thrandar.
Yeah, hang on a second.
We'll say Hastane has come out onto, so he's no longer got cover. He's standing on the dome of the ship, so it's plain to see him.
How far apart are we now?
90 feet.
I think my closest range thing is 60 feet unless I use a fog cloud, but I'm not sure if that would be of use to us right now. Just both at disadvantage, which doesn't help. What's the range on those muskets?
40, 120.
Be a disadvantage shot?
Right.
I could take a shot.
Yeah. You could aim the ballista bolt at the individual instead of at the jellyfish ship too. That would.
Oh, it's ready to fire. Yeah, let's fire the ballista instead. Okay.
It needs 2 more actions to fire.
Are we doing that? Because I thought we weren't shooting individuals, so we didn't get shot at.
No, I decided we can. It's fair game to target individuals with ballistas.
Okay.
Yep.
He just wants a 2K now.
I think at the end of the day, you're actually, believe it or not, better off using your own powers versus the ballista, because the ballista, yeah, it does like 3d10 damage, but it takes 3 actions to fire it.
I heard that.
I'm going to go after him with my musket anyway.
All right. Disadvantage shot. Armor class 19.
It didn't help either way. A 3 and a 4.
You shoot the tree. Damn tree jumped in the way of the bullets. All right.
I think I got powder in my...
Right. So we are within my range now. So I'm dropping this baby on him. Oh, before he rolls his save, I'm using the portent roll of 3 that I have saved from our last long rest.
All right.
So he will fail.
Now I'm going to let that target both the ship and him. So you're going to be able to hit 2 here. So I'm going to give the aesthetic a dex saving throw.
Okay.
Got a 4. So that's a fail. Change it so you can see future rolls. All right, and you made this what's the term I want to use? The person piloting the jellyfish, if you will, automatically failed to save, so they take 21 fire damage.
Yes, sir.
Let me check their resistances. I don't see any that apply. Okay.
The person
2d8,
piloting is the
21
pilot.
fire damage, and 21 fire damage to the ship. All right.
And that I'm pretty much out of spell slots. I think I got one left.
All right. That was not a bad use of it.
Yep.
All right, Violet, you're still in the chair, right?
Yeah,
What do you think? Do you want to close the distance?
I think so. I think my friends like to board ships, so
Alright.
I'll keep backing up.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35, 40. That was your movement speed, so we're getting real close now. Calathil.
Is this tree something I could hide behind, this treant?
Yeah, you could take cover.
Okay. Let's see. She will go 15 feet forward. The range then. Okay, so, and she will cast Guiding Bolt at the Astral Elf in the jellyfish.
Okay. Not an astral elf, but
Oh, sorry. Whatever.
something else that you're not familiar with, right?
Okay.
Whoa.
All right.
26 points of damage. And the next person to attack her gets advantage, right?
That's right. And then she will duck behind this tree to take cover.
All right. All right. Violet, you going to stay put?
I am, yeah, since we're still moving ships.
All right. Mythea.
We haven't ordered yet. I got hit really bad, so I'm gonna try and take cover through the. I don't know if I can hide through the. Is this like the tree out?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hide is basically my action, and if I see anyone, I'm gonna whip out my pistol and take a shot. But for now, I'm just taking cover.
All right. And Starbow picks up another big rock and hurls it at the jellyfish and hits for 27 points of damage. There we go. All right. The aesthetic for its point is going to move closer to the tune of 60 feet. 50, 55, 60. So starts coming up alongside. Alex.
How crazy do I feel today? I'm just gonna shoot. I'm gonna take 2 shots. First one.
You should have advantage on that,
Right,
I think.
you should. Right. So that's a hit. Nine points of damage.
If that was a crit, that didn't roll that way.
Yeah, just roll it again.
And I'm gonna move forward to there. That's my turn.
All right. All right, Abu.
So, how far away is this? Is the
The ship is now within 5 feet, or certainly within 30 feet.
and can we only see the one individual on top of it?
Correct.
This one?
Right.
No. I will jump. And how tall is the tree?
How tall is the tree ant?
Yeah, I'm gonna climb.
Let's give him 30 feet. It's a big tree.
Alright. I'm gonna climb to the top of him. And apologize as I step on his body. And then from here, where is this? Sorry. It's been a while.
Whoops. So Abu climbs, and what else?
I'm not going to attack.
Not going to?
Okay. No, I am, yeah. I'm gonna attack the
I'm not seeing any attack rolls. There they are.
Right
Oh, nice. Psychic blades, and it's a crit. Good things come to those who wait, right? So, help me out. How much total damage?
Looks like
No
it's
sneak
the
attack
8th one.
applies, right?
Yeah, so just the 17.
So just the 17, okay.
Yeah. And then bonus, I'm gonna do it again.
Let's see that. Oh my god! Look at that. 15 more. Erasira.
Okay. What you gotta do is I'll fire an arrow at the guy at the helm.
Alright, and that is a miss, but the Psychic Blades is a hit.
Okay.
For 4 points.
Yeah, and I'm gonna disengage, move over here.
Alright. Now, this blue fella over here, a magical doorway opens on the main deck of your ship, and a flamboyantly dressed figure steps through it, brandishing a trident, and the doorway closes behind them. Sparkling lights surround the figure. Heading to Topola's tower, are we? I don't think so. My friends in the Zarixian Empire don't want you meddling in their affairs. But forgive me, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Hastane. When the elves came looking for a suitable world to nourish their dying star, I suggested yours. It isn't every day I get to witness the destruction of a planet. I promise it will end beautifully, even if you're not alive to see it. And with that, he casts a spell, and a duplicate copy of himself appears next to him on the deck. And we're going to give that creature its own initiative. Oh, look, and he's going right after Hastane. Okay.
Oh, I saved one of my actions to attack if anyone boarded. Can I take a shot?
Sure, yeah. That is a miss.
Damn.
Yeah, it's got a high armor class. All right,
Oh,
so using one of its items, it created a golem-like duplicate of itself. And so it was Hastane's action to summon this golem, but now the golem gets to go, and he's effectively a copy of Hastane. And I'm trying to think.
Is this like a simulacrum? What do you call it? A simulacrum?
Simulacrum?
Simulacrum, that's the word.
Right. He's got this trident. And he can make 2 attacks with the trident, or he's got this, chromatic bolt, which he can use, which I think I like better. So he can only make 1 chromatic bolt attack. And let's see who he's going to attack. Who's immediately around right now is Violet, Flinch, Crux, Myphea, and Calathil.
I think I'm below decks.
You are below deck, right, so you're not there, so that even makes it easier because then it's 4. So Flinch is 1, Crux is 2, Myphea is 3, Calathil is 4. I am sorry, Myphea, I don't mean to pick on you.
The dice.
Does an 11 hit? Actually, it doesn't matter, it's a 1, so it's an automatic failure. It's an auto miss. That was the golem's turn, and we go to Thrandar.
So I can tell which is which, or no?
Yes. The one on the left is more injured. The one on the right is the golem at full health.
If I can see the one that created the golem, the original.
Yes.
I'm going to cast Command, and he would need a 14 Wisdom save.
He was +6 to Wisdom.
Ah. So he
rolled a 2.
Oh, he rolled a 2. I love it. Awful.
All right, groveling he will. On his turn, he's going to fall prone. All right, Exelgrix.
All right, I'm gonna drop a shatter right on top of both of them.
All right.
Ooh, that is really bad.
The original made it. The golem failed. So the original takes 3.
Whopping 3.
The golem takes 7. And is any secondary effect?
Let's see. Shatter. Only if they're made out of stone, crystal, or metal.
Nope. Okay. All right. Now, Violet is still in the chair, so you can maneuver this ship if you like. Or you can abandon the ship and join your friends on deck.
We don't see anybody else in that other ship?
Nope.
Okay. Since I can move on my turn, I guess I'll just back it up the rest of the way so that we're right next to it, and then I'll put it in park.
All right.
Put the emergency brake on.
really close together now. All right. Calathil.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. I will. And sorry, Dan, you just answered this, but can we tell the difference between the duplicate and the original?
The duplicate looks much more full health.
Okay,
Original's
so,
buffed up.
and which one's the original? This one?
The one on the left.
The one on the left. Okay, so, Guiding Bolt at the original.
Okay.
Question for you: did they both count groveling, or did just one?
Just one.
Okay.
All right, so that's a miss with the guiding bolt. Anything else?
Is it advantage if it's groveling?
Well, he doesn't. He hasn't had his turn yet, so he's not groveling yet.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, that was my understanding. Is there's no begging for lives yet? Is that right?
Who begging for lives? What?
I mean, groveling. Like they're not.
Right. Yeah, it's going to happen on their turn. Right.
Got it. Because I don't think Calthil would see someone groveling and attempt to kill them. But okay, then she will bonus action try and hit that same one again.
Okay.
With her Starry Form ability. So this is just a melee spell attack. 25. Does that hit?
25 sure does.
Okay, so 8 points of damage.
All right.
And then for her move, she will heroically run away around the back of this tree.
All right. Up
That's
onto
it.
the stern castle. Okay. Violet.
Okay, so Violet is gonna just kind of pop up. Where would I come up if I'm coming up from?
I believe you'd come up right about here.
Okay. So I gotta move myself over here. Okay, but I am just gonna pop up and go back. So I'm gonna pop up and I'm gonna hex the real one, yeah.
Right.
And then I'll try to Eldritch Blast.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so I get hex with that.
Five necrotic damage.
Okay, and then there's... Oh!
The golem still is attacking, though.
Okay, well, I have another beam, so...
20 hits
20?
for 8 force damage.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go back below, wherever. Below deck.
Okay. Myphea.
Okay, thank God that last attack missed.
Right.
I'm gonna take a shot at this guy here, just because that's the only red I see. Oh my god, another 17, and then I will just take my bonus action to just hide again in among the tree ant.
Alright. Starbow, for his part, doesn't want to throw a rock at the deck of his own ship. Let me see what he can do. Slam, he's got a reach of 5 feet on the slam, so this golem is still out of reach of his slam, so that's all Starbow can really do. Now our aesthetic here is not a ship, it is a creature. It's a gargantuan aberration, and its tentacle attacks have a reach of 30 feet. And closest to him right now are Calathil and Alex. So you're each getting a tentacle. Here comes Alex. 25.
Yep.
All right. So you get hit for 18 force damage, and you are grappled. And let's see, Calathil. 23?
Yep.
15 force damage, and you are grappled.
And if I had a reaction that would blind someone that was in front of me, but on his side, would it actually work?
This jellyfish is immune to the blinded condition.
It's irrelevant then.
Right. And he has blind sight for 300 feet.
Wow.
So this gigantic jellyfish creature attacks you with its tentacles, and so you're caught in this grapple. The escape DC is 17, and until the grapple ends, you're going to take 48 acid damage from the secretions of these tentacles at the start of
Start of each turn.
Right. I was just reading the how many tentacles it has. The aesthetic has 1d4 times 2 tentacles, so it's only got 2 tentacles, each of which can only grapple one target. So that's what it's got. The aesthetic. Also has a bonus action, and it lets out a jammer scream.
days.
11 days. And Violet, be thankful you're not sitting in the chair.
Oh.
Because you would have taken 12d6 psychic damage.
Oh my goodness.
Right. So fortuitous you got up when you did. Let's see if this ability recharges. It does. Not that it is going to do it again, but technically it could if it wanted to. And we go to poor grappled Alex, who's going to take 48 acid damage. 24 acid damage.
Oh, that's going to hit. Oof, I wish I could get out of that before.
So it can attack whoever's piloting the helm?
It's called Jammer Scream, and I think about it like a big psychic scream that specifically targets spelljamming helms. So only the person in the spelljamming helm would be affected.
Dan, does that happen at the beginning or the end of my turn?
That is at the beginning of your turn.
Damn. I was going to be in grasp at the end of it.
Right.
All right. First thing, bonus action. So I'm going to star step.
All right.
Star step right
out of the grapple.
And then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to right at the golem. Thunder it.
Thunder wave. All right. Constitution save for our golem friend. 10.
15 foot out into space he goes.
Thrandar, that's funny. All right, yeah, you push him over the side of the deck. And how much damage did you take? 8?
Yep. And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to go to there, and that's it.
All right. And we go to Abu.
So The guy's overboard.
He is, yes.
Is he floating or falling?
He's floating in the gravity plane.
And how bad does the ship look? The aesthetic, since it did take some damage.
It is at, I'll just tell you, it's at 150 of 217.
And it's still grappling two of my...
Right. You can assist in the grapple.
Now, Dan, do we have to get past the damage threshold when we're this close?
It's not a ship, though. It's a living creature.
But I think it has a damage threshold that cut like a ship.
Does it have armor class or damage threshold? Very confused.
Ships have both.
So, can I aim at whatever body part is grappling? Is it like tentacles or something?
Right. You can, with those tentacles, it is an escape DC of 17. It's an athletics check.
Okay, so... If I wanted to assist them, I would just give them assist on their turn.
No, you can basically run up to Calathil now and use athletics to pull the tentacles off of him before he takes all that acid damage.
Okay, and that's...
Right.
Off of her.
Thank you.
It's okay.
I'll jump down from the top of the tree. And he said athletics?
Yes. Nice, okay. Calathil no longer grappled.
Thank you.
And if that is it for Boo, we go to Ericira.
Yeah,
okay, so the big dog's dead. The golem's floating in space, and we just have this ship alongside us.
Right.
Is the ballista already armed?
Is the ballista? The ballista is at stage 1. It is loaded, but you have to aim and fire it. 2 more actions.
All right, I'll aim it then.
All right. And you're aiming for the jellyfish?
Yeah.
Because you can also aim for his name, or their name, excuse me, is Hastane.
Oh, I thought Hastane was dead.
Well, they made a golem of themselves.
Oh, I see. I could aim for the golem.
Right.
Well, if he's just floating out in space,
he'll be able to hit us with spells still.
Yep.
I see. Okay. In that case, maybe I'll just shoot an arrow at the golem then.
Okay.
Let's see.
Ooh, not quite. All right.
But the psychic blade's bonus action?
Oh, yeah, for 9. All right. Hastane's golem is going to go. Let's see. Let me read this real quick. Okay, yeah, that's not as fun. All right, so let's just chromatic bolt. Let's see who we're targeting. Who's close to this end of the ship? We've got Alex. Oh, I guess I should put Crux and Mr. Flinch on here too. I never put them in initiative. We'll add them in there. That was an oversight. But they are valid targets too. So let's say he's going to. Sorry, going after Alex. 17 misses though.
Correct.
All right, Frandar.
Okay. He hasn't done this yet, but I'm seeing it's something I can do as a bonus action. He's going to use his channel divinity to get back a spell slot.
All right.
I'm just going to throw it up in the chat so you can see what I'm doing here.
All right.
So that. Just reading this thing. Where'd it go? Anyway, it says you can get up to a second level spell slot. Here it is. Okay, so he's doing that. Going back to my second level spell slots that I'm able to cast now. For his action. Oh, that's cool. Can he run up as his movement first and then touch it? From a touch-based spell?
Touch the jellyfish?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Gotta hold like...
Armor class 14.
Do you have to get off the ship to do it?
Nope.
Bring back my spell slot.
One hits for 23 necrotic damage. Nice.
And that's my action. that's my turn.
All right. Exogrix.
I'm just gonna hit it with the Ray of Frost because that's all I have left.
Hastane the Golem or the jellyfish?
The jellyfish.
All right. Armor class 14 hits for 8 cold damage.
It's something.
The ship no longer has anyone in the spelljamming helm and will go to Calathil.
So cold does regular damage on it. That's awesome. Okay.
Okay, and so there's a whole bunch of people fighting this golem. I don't like getting attacked by tentacles, so again, continuation of a theme. I'm going to run away from it to the opposite side. And then I will use my last guiding bolt on the golem.
All right. Hits 13 radiant damage.
And then bonus action will shoot that little arrow. So that's going to be an additional... Sorry, I'm just finding it. Oh, 11. So that's good.
Nice.
24 total. I think that's also radiant, that last piece. Let me... Yeah, radiant.
Okay. 24 damage to the golem.
And that's it for her.
All right. Violet.
Okay. Violet's gonna pop back up again. And can I use my bonus action to move my hex?
Yep.
To the golem.
Right.
Force by force plus.
11 damage to the golem.
And then, if it's still up, my second beam. Whew.
Roll that damage again. Oh no, it did roll the crit. That's right. All right.
Yeah.
So, but the hex, right? So 9 points. All right, he's getting down there. My Fea.
Okay. So I'm just gonna try one last time with this pistol, just looking at it like just fucking work, and it works.
And your target is the golem?
Yep.
7
Out in
points.
space.
All right. With one shot. Take the life from its eyes. From its construct eyes. All right. And is that it for my Fea?
I'm just gonna move over here and just, again, with my bonus action, just hide again so I can hopefully take a shot at any more tentacles if that becomes an issue.
All right. So the tree ant, for its part, is going to throw a rock at that big jellyfish, and it's going to hit for 26.
Ooh, nice shot.
All right. Crux, for his part, is finally joining this fight. He is going to lob... no, he's going to use his musket to shoot. And he's got 2 attacks, so he hit for 14. The aesthetic is now going to go. And let's see, Thrandar and Exelgrix. Thrandar, 29. That hits for 12 force damage, and you are grappled.
I take it you can't channel divinity as a reaction.
I don't think so. All right, Exelgrix, 27 hits for 13 force damage, and you're grappled.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I'm sorry, did I take damage? Or you grappled?
No, you took 12 force damage.
Oh, forced it. Oh, I'm not out of it then. Okay, cool.
All right, so that is the aesthetic's turn, and then we go to Alex.
Alrighty.
Against the jelly, that hits for 9. And hits for 6, so 15 damage.
And that's my turn.
All right. Abu.
Alright. So I guess I will help you fail. Wait, that's not grappled.
Thrandar and Exelgrix are now grappled.
Which one looks the most injured? What needs the most help?
Exelgrix has, what, 6 hit points? And Thrandar has 10?
Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
Don't get a saving throw against grappling, or how does that work?
No, with this creature, if it hits on an attack, you're auto-grappled.
Wow.
Yep. There are a couple creatures that behave like that. But not player characters. So Abu is peeling the tentacles off of Exelgrix?
Yeah.
Alright. So Exelgrix is freed. Not going to take that nasty acid damage.
That
Anything
helps.
else for Abu?
I use my psychic blade. I'm afraid it's the free one. I'm just gonna move up next to and that's it.
Alright. Erasira.
Down?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Could you make a DC 14 check against the Wrath of the Storm?
For the jelly?
Yeah. If I get attacked, I can use my reaction to cause 2d8 lightning. If
What kind
for
of
half damage,
what kind of save am I doing?
I'll put it up in the chat here.
Dexterity saving throw. Failed. $2d8 lightning is 11 points of damage. Okay. All right, Ericera.
Okay. I will try to aim the ballista at the jellyfish.
All right. Locked and loaded. You just got to fire with one more action.
Okay. Yeah.
Mr. Flinch. He's got a musket. He's going to shoot at the ship and miss. As you can hear, Thrandar. What you got, Thrandar? Oh, there you are.
Sorry, I'm not sure how it closed out. I'm still grappled?
Oh yeah, you are. And it's the start of your turn. So take 14 acid damage.
Ah. Shouldn't have said anything.
Right?
Is he still able to use his reaction if he goes down?
What's the reaction?
That same Wrath of the Storm thing?
Yeah, sure, I'll give it to you.
It'd be my last use of it.
Right.
So it's same thing we did before, DC 14 dexterity check.
He made it.
Okay, still takes half damage on a 2d8.
Alright, so 4 points of damage.
And he goes down.
Yeah, and then Thrandar is down. Alright. Let's say there's a 50-50 chance that once you go down, he lets go with the tentacle. So 1-2, he lets go of Thrandar. 3-4, the tentacle stays attached and is going to do damage and cause Thrandar to lose death saves.
Ugh.
So guess which one I got? Doesn't let go.
I'm gonna lose a death save.
Alright, Exogrix.
Alright, I just realized that this ballista is
Ready to fire.
aimed,
Yep.
ready to fire. So I might as well fire that thing.
Alright, it's a D20 plus 6, I believe.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Roll because it's a crit. Roll 6d10 piercing damage. 35 points of damage. Nice shot with the ballista.
That's extremely useful.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Right?
Oh wow.
All right, and that's Exogrix's turn. Your ship is stationary, and we go to Calathil.
Okay. Let's see here. I can get to Threndar. So I'll run up there and slide across the deck, baseball style, to sort of end up next to him, pulling out a potion as I go, which I will feed to Threndar.
All right, that's an action.
Yep. And then, hold on, sorry, I just am marking this.
Make a suggestion.
Yeah, I got something else. I am also going to attack the thing, but Just it's got its tentacle around, right?
Yeah, that's an action to either
Remove the
use third
tentacle?
person or remove the tentacle. So
The-
you've got your
the-
choice.
I could
problem-
remove the tentacle.
Yeah, the problem is I'm not going to be good at removing that tentacle
Right.
since it's a strength check. So I'm going to focus on healing and hope someone else gets. So that's 7 points of healing to you, Threndar.
Okay.
To use that healing potion.
And really worst case scenario, he's not making a he's not losing a death saving throw.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
And then bonus action, I will hit this thing with one of my celestial arrows. Ooh. Okay, so this I'm gonna roll this manually, Dan, because I can't figure out how to do crits on. That's not right. Sorry. Apparently, I can't figure this out either. There we go. 3d8 plus 4. 14.
Guess how many hit points the aesthetic had left?
13.
14.
Haha.
Perfect. So you, with that spell attack, you take out the aesthetic. So you've killed the pilot of the jellyfish and the jellyfish itself. So congratulations, you have won a victory, but at what cost? You're stranded now on a ship without a functioning spelljamming helm in the vast ocean of wild space adrift.
That could be a
Is
problem.
Threndar still grappled with a dead tentacle?
No. And here ends chapter 4, as you are now adrift in space.
Since I'm a spelljammer and I know something about this, can I look at the helm and see if I can determine anything about what's wrong with it, what could fix it,
So
I know that the creature shrieked.
Right. Meta, you know it's down for 11 days.
Okay, so there's
But
nothing really I
in the
can
context of the game, none of you know what happened. That this thing came and screeched, and all of a sudden your spelljamming thing, for all you know, it will never work again.
do. Okay.
And the jellyfish, it's not a ship.
It is a vessel of conveyance, but it is also a living creature.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I wonder, should some of us go and see if we can, I don't know, find anything of use in or on it?
Well, it is semi-translucent, and you can see that it doesn't have rooms or any equipment on it, per se.
Okay, so there's no spelljamming helm.
No.
There.
No.
I'm going to check the dude laying on the deck that we killed.
Is that Hastane or the...
Yeah, that's Hastane, right.
Okay.
So did you want to take steps to keep Hastane alive, or?
I'll go attempt to stabilize.
Oh, I was just going to check his body to see if there's anything good.
No, it's a good idea. I'll try and save him. 13.
Okay, yeah, good enough. He is stable.
I don't know about all of you, but before we consider our predicament or do anything else, I could really use a good night's sleep.
Well, it seems like you're going to have plenty of time as you are adrift here in the depths of space. You have plenty of time to get in a long rest, so y'all can do that now.
Good.
Yeah, I say we tie the guy up and gag him. We don't want him muttering any spells.
We'll put a restrained on him, so he's all tied up.
Dan, is there anything that we know of that could potentially repair a Spelljammer helm, some sort of magical effects, and or propel the ship through wild space without a Spelljammer helm?
Or dispel the effect?
You're not familiar with this creature called an aesthetic. You've never even heard of before. So it's not commonly encountered. So you just don't know. It's uncharted territory.
I mean, given that we have nothing else to do except interrogate this guy and kind of float in wild space,
Right.
Calitho will attempt some spells on the Spelljammer helm. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I was going to ask, do we have sails?
You do. And they help a ship with its maneuverability of a spelljamming type, but by themselves they don't. There's nothing to catch and propel you through space.
What if you cast Gust of Wind on them?
You could move the ship in that manner, but it would be incredibly slow. You certainly couldn't. Spelljamming speeds, once you are clear of any kind of large objects, is 100 million miles per day. So it's pretty fast. And you certainly could not, with Gust of Wind, approach spelljamming speeds. You'd be moving at normal traveling speeds of like 30 feet, in a round. So it would be significantly slower than the 100 million miles per day.
I hear you.
So my character is wondering, maybe it'll work tomorrow, and maybe we should just get some rest.
Right.
Not realizing, how long it's actually out for.
Right. So we do get the long rest in, and it does, a day does go by, and Hastane, now conscious, is pretty tight-lipped and just glaring at you.
Is that jellyfish thing edible? If we need food?
Someone needs to ask Castaigne what that creature was and what it did to our spelljamming helm.
Good at interrogating. Intimidating.
And whoever that someone is should have a charisma higher than 8, otherwise known as someone other than me.
Or higher than me, which is at 10. And Dan, by the way, I dropped down to 20 AC, but I'm now resistant to radiant damage.
Oh, nice.
I'll try to see if I can get any information out of him.
Hastane is furious at you for destroying his symbiotic jellyfish companion, and is doing nothing but spitting curses at you.
I just look up.
Dog eyes has no effect, huh?
What has no effect?
Puppy dog eyes.
No. No, they are. Hastane is just seething with loathing and contempt for you.
Oof. Okay.
Well, I'm going to say, if you got to be that way, either answer our questions, or we'll just kill you like you damn animal.
I just attack him.
Your days as enemies of the Xerixian Empire are numbered. Unarmed strike for 2 points of damage.
Yeah.
Beat the little light beatings for the prisoner.
Encouragement. Yeah. If the puppy dog eyes doesn't work, it's on to the torture.
Oh, I have a spell back.
So, Hastane, the only thing you really get out of him is that he lives on the Rock of Brawl, and he's been a long-time ally of the Xerixian Empire. He decided when word of the altercation between you and the Astral Elves got back to him, he decided to punish you for your insolence, and pursued you in his aesthetic to see where you were going. And when he figured out that you were going to meet Topola, he decided to put an end to your meddling.
Yeah, it didn't work out too well for him.
You think the Treant would mind if we borrow the limb?
Randar would like to cast command.
Okay.
Before he casts it, he's saying, "How can we fix that Spelljammer helm?" And then he goes, "Explain." Oh yeah, you didn't make it.
Explain. He says it's called a jammer scream. It's something that aesthetics can do. And they can knock out a spelljamming helm anywhere from a few hours to a few weeks.
How long will our ship be out of commission? Does
Somewhere
that still work?
between a few hours and a few weeks.
Oh, so there's no way to tell.
Didn't you hear me?
I heard you. So there's no way to tell how long it's... But it's not permanent.
No, it's not permanent.
But at least we know it's not permanent now.
How's our food supply?
Right. Well, the ship was stocked for another 40 days journey, so you've got that much.
Be okay.
Dan, I'm going to attempt to cast first healing spells on the helm. Start with just one.
Okay.
Does it have any effect at all?
It doesn't appear to.
Okay.
Right.
And then second, I will attempt to cast Lesser Restoration on the helm.
And again, unfortunately, it did not seem to have an effect.
Okay. I've done what I can.
What's happening with the aesthetic? Did it disappear and die?
It's just drifting. Its corpse is drifting in space alongside you.
We might want to move away from it before it starts rotting and decaying.
It'll attract new
You
food
can't
for
even
us.
move.
So, is there anything on the aesthetic that might help us?
No, it is bereft of anything resembling any kind of equipment or anything. It is an organic creature.
Yeah, but presumably Hastane didn't just stand on its back, right? Like get some.
He was riding it like a mount.
Yeah, he was riding inside of its dome before he exited.
This is bizarre.
Creepy. Yeah.
So, the Xerixian Empire has attacked your world, forcing you to take refuge at the Rock of Brawl, where you met the sympathetic gift named Crux, and it was aboard his ship, the Second Wind, that the characters headed toward the Wizard Tower on the outskirts of Wildspace, where Crux hopes to acquire a map. En route, the Second Wind was attacked by Hastane, an evil ally of the Xerixian Empire, and now we begin Chapter 5, Living on the Edge, as you are adrift in space. Crux takes a drag from his pipe. Settle in, everyone. We could be here for a while.
Space madness.
So, another 2 days goes by. Do you have any more questions for Hastane, or do you still want to keep him alive?
Well, can we get any more information about his plan or their plan about the destruction of?
The destruction of your planet is going to guaranteed continued life for the star that serves as the sun of the Xerixian Empire.
And how is the planet going to be destroyed?
All those crystalline vines are siphoning off all of the planet's energy and going to, in one giant burst, transmit it back to the star Xerixis.
Is there any way to stop it?
He says no, but you can make an insight check. Yeah, he says no, and as far as you can tell, he believes it. Now, as the third day starts to come to a close, you see off in the distance a pod of 6 Kindori flying across space along a migration route. The Kindori resemble space whales, basically. Let me go ahead and move them onto the map here. Give you a better view. These are Kindori that you see. Now, this pod of Kindori are keeping their distance. They're still a good 100 feet away. But this is the only life that you've seen here for the past 3 days, anyway. 3 or 4 days.
Is there any way to get its attention?
Anyone got some type of flare? Actually,
Anybody have speak with animals?
Distance?
I'll look and see what I have in my
Oh, wait.
inventory.
Dan, I'm going to take out one of my little pitons. I'm going to tank her, and then I'm going to make a 15-foot sign of a waving hand.
Okay.
And try to, like, wave it over.
The only thing I have is a hooded lantern and an oil flask.
Crux actually slaps his, or Maifea, right on the back, says, "Yes, I remember now. Kindori are attracted to lights. Use that lantern and maybe we can get them to come closer."
How far away is the Kendor?
About 100 feet.
This is like an animal.
It is.
Anyone good at handle?
Would psychic whispers work?
They have an intelligence of 6, but don't speak any language.
No.
Yeah. I also have like 5 candles, so I'll try and like set up the lantern like here, and then I'll just put some candles out like in the front, just trying to, hopefully it'll notice the lights.
All right. So you start flashing and waving light to get the pod's attention. And most of them keep their distance, but 2 do swim up closer to the ship to investigate the light source, and now are right off the bow of the ship, bobbing in space, attracted to these lights.
They close enough I can reach out and pet it? Just like friendly.
You can maneuver. You can back the lights up so they really get close enough, and then you could make a direct transition onto the back of the Kindori. Or you can, from the distance that they currently are at, use a rope or something to try to lasso it.
Am I the only one that has star step?
I think
I've
so.
never heard of that. What is
Yeah,
that?
what is it?
Am I the only astro elf?
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry, I was on mute that whole time. I also have Star Step and am an Astral Elf.
Okay. You want to put a rope to one side of the boat, a rope to the other side of the boat? We'll go out and we'll just step on to them and tie them to the boat.
Tie the whales to the boat?
Yep.
And what would be our backup plan if they don't want to be tied to the boat?
We're going to go for a ride somewhere.
Could use
Sounds like a
common
plan. I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. Let's do it.
Nicely done.
Very nice. All right. So who's doing what?
Well, I guess we're going to take a star step. Tie ropes to the boat, and then we're both going to star step to the animals.
Okay. All right. So no athletics check needed to clamber up onto the whale since you're star stepping. Lassoing it doesn't cause it any discomfort that you can see. So now it's a question of how you're going to guide them in a particular direction. Crux says he knows the way to Topola's tower and can indicate which direction the Kindori must go to reach it. But the Kindori have to be coaxed into altering their natural migration course.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, what about a command spell?
I think they have to be able to understand your language. And the Kindori do not speak your language.
Yeah, I don't know if we would want to piss them off anyway if that failed.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
How about taking the cantrip, I call it Sacred Flame, and firing it out into space as like in a direction we want them to go?
I could cast a daylight spell. Out ahead of it like the carrot?
Yeah, I think we could accomplish that with basically the carrot on the stick, effectively.
Either a light, would light be enough, or would you need a daylight spell?
So let's see, we've got Calathil and Alex both on the Kindori, right?
Yes.
Let's get animal handling checks from the two of you.
Well, that's a 50-50.
Alex passes.
I'm on my phone right now, down away from the computer. 19.
19, okay. All right, so you're both able to get your Kindoris to alter their course. And after 3 days of travel at this speed, you finally arrive at Topola's tower. So let's go to Topola's tower. Topola's tower is a crooked tower perched atop a small asteroid surrounded by a cloud of twinkling cosmic dust. Through his spyglass, Crux examines the rock upon which the tower stands and the decrepit wooden pier that juts out from one side of it. "Mr. Finch," he says, "ready the jolly boat." Now, let me get us moved over to the right page for Topola's tower. Actually, I've got it all right here, don't I? So you should see now the big asteroid with the pier over here and the tower standing on top of it.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So Crux is concerned about the poor state of the dock on the asteroid, and fears the second wind might accidentally smash it to pieces or rip off its moorings. For this reason, he orders Mr. Flinch to deploy a jolly boat. The second wind has 2 of these jolly boats. I'm going to put it right off the back of the boat here. Now, the jolly boat can hold up to 4 people.
Nothing good comes when we get in boats. I'll jump on the one on the right. Or the bottom one.
All right, are we all going?
Yeah, Crux is gonna squeeze into one.
Let's do it.
We all fit?
Why is the theme song to Gilligan and Island playing in my head right now?
Are we just leaving
Hastane?
here?
Yeah.
Hastane tied up?
I don't know if that's a wise idea. We might come back to the boat gone.
Was he tied up?
The trailer can kick his ass if he makes him.
Yeah, we'll
We
tell him.
can attach him to the boat and throw him over the side.
Does he serve any use to us anymore? Not to be totally.
He's not being very cooperative, I must say.
Now, he's very haughty and looking down his nose at all of you.
I'm kind of getting a direct flashback right at the moment.
We
could
have
knock
hitch
him
a ride
out.
somewhere.
We don't want to just totally kill him. We can.
Yeah, just give him to me for a second. I'll knock him out.
He should be pretty full of health, right?
Change that.
He was tied up, so he did not get the benefits of any long rest. He is at 1 hit point.
Okay.
You know what? I'll put him at 5 hit points. So he's pretty beat up, but he hasn't had the benefit of being able to spend hit dice or recover hit dice. And to non-meta, he's just in rough shape and not comfortable.
I feel like he's not going to do anything.
You want to at least throw him
made out of.
That's pretty rewatchable.
You want to at least throw him overboard so that way he's dangling in space. The worst he can do is throw off a spell if he gets loose.
I mean, sure, if you want to. I don't think he's going to do anything.
We could just tie him to the end of our boat and just drag him behind.
I mean, he's no less stranded than we are. So
we could put him in a rubber dinghy, throw him beside the boat.
I'm just afraid of him getting loose and getting some power back when we have to fight him again.
I'd like to take his trident away from him.
Just throw him over the side of the boat and let him dangle tied up.
Yeah, like put him in a rubber dinghy. Till him beside the
Overboard
boat.
he goes.
Overboard?
Overboard he goes.
And the treant will watch him.
Watch him float in space?
But like,
if he tries anything, Treant can just wallop him.
But as comfortably as possible, Dan. Like we want to try and make this as less like horrific psychological torture as possible.
Right.
Oh, wait, what? I was all about the psychological torture.
We were doing so well for so long.
All right, non-magical trident. I checked the math. So it's a regular trident.
You knew it was coming a little.
All
I've
right.
missed a couple of weeks off to catch up.
You guys want to go to the island? It's only a 3-hour tour.
So with the jolly boats lowered into the gravity plane, you can now use the oars on board to slowly propel yourself the 100 feet or so distance. I guess that's a little bit more than that, but good enough. That you start to cross the distance. Now, scores of pelicans, mollymocks, and smaller birds nesting on the asteroid squawk as you approach the rickety dock. At the end of the dock, 2 gray shark-like creatures fight over the remains of a pelican. A woman with frayed robes and bare feet sits in a rocking chair at the base of the tower watching the fracas, her face half hidden behind a wide-brimmed hat that has a blue jay perched on it. The woman leaps to her feet, brandishes a staff, and snarls, "Go on, get!" And a fiery ray springs from her fingertip, frightening away the shark-like creatures. The woman, who is dressed like a mage, comes to the dock and genuinely seems elated to receive visitors, especially when she realizes it's her old friend Crux. Now she, Topola, let's see if I can do this in first person rather than third. Crux, my friend, it's so good to see you. Welcome, welcome. What brings you this way? And I see you have new friends. I must show them around my tower.
I would, for one, would welcome a tour of the tower, for sure.
Sure, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Did anyone stay behind, or did everybody come across?
Well, there's still tokens there, but I don't know if they came with us or
Well,
not.
that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
I think we all came across.
Right. All right, I'll move everybody over.
Sure.
Although the way you asked that, Dan, makes me want to stay behind. but anyway, I think we all came across.
And Hastane, for his part, is bobbing in the gravity plane of the second wind, and he's now orbiting like a small moon, slowly working his way further out. Eventually, he will exit the ship's air envelope and will begin to suffocate in space.
Wait, I think we did want to like tie him like a balloon to the ship.
Nobody will hear you scream in space.
I would have done that. I don't want to actually slowly suffocate this person in the abyss of space.
Okay.
I might have cut it afterwards, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would have tied it, and I'm not looking back. I'm just assuming he's okay.
All right, let me put you on this map. I'm gonna turn off the dynamic lighting on this map so you can just see the whole thing when you get over here. Let me drop some characters. Just bear with me one moment. Erasira. Pixelbricks. Alright, ready to move you all over. Everybody see it? Yep. All right. So Topola, for her part, comes out and greets you and is excited to have visitors and says since it's your first time here for most of you, that she absolutely insists on giving you the tour. And she refuses to talk any business until the tour is over. So she takes you in on the ground floor here, and 4 ring-shaped garden terraces line the walls of this cylindrical chamber. The gardens are vertically spaced every 10 feet and brimming with luscious fruits, vegetables, and golden wheat. Or as Stewie would say, wheat. 4 mechanical... No, thank you for laughing at my bad joke. 4 mechanical gnomes wearing harnesses tend to the plants. The harnesses are attached to ropes that loop around pulleys affixed to the ceiling, enabling the gnomes to hoist themselves in the air and move from one plot to another. Most of my sustenance comes from these gardens, says Topola. I get regular deliveries of fresh soil from Dowar merchants, and they get homegrown food and birds' eggs in return. The 4 autognomes here are, she introduces them. This is Orwick 1, Orwick 3, Orwick 6, and Orwick 8. With that, let's see. So openings in the floor and ceilings connect the tower's 3 levels. There's a magical rope and pulley mechanism that serves as an elevator. Topola explains you need only grab hold of the rope and say up or down to be hoisted or lowered 1 floor as desired. Continual flame spells bathe the interior in bright light. Harmless birds nest in all areas of the tower, and from the outside the tower initially appears to have no windows, but you see Topola walk up to a wall and touch it, and a window 4 foot wide by 10 foot tall simply appears where she touches it, and with the snap of her fingers she can wish it back away. So with that, she invites you all up to the 2nd floor of the tower, which I won't bother moving your tokens, but I will say, suffice to say, is down here, if you can see my ping. This floor houses a modest kitchen, where 2 mechanical gnomes are preparing dinner. Furnishings include an unmade bed, a wardrobe topped with birds' nests, and a bookshelf packed with astrological texts and more birds' nests. These are my living quarters, says Topola, where I read my books and take my meals. My autognomes have no shortage of recipes, don't you know? Today's repast is a deep-fried night scaber steak with a lunar bechamel. And there are 2 autognomes here she introduces as Orwick 2 and Orwick 4, but they pay no mind to the guests as they are busy preparing their meals. With that, she takes you on up to the 3rd floor, where 2 mechanical gnomes are using rags to polish a 10-foot-long copper telescope in the center of this chamber. Dozens of star maps lie atop tables that are also littered with sketches of planets and otherworldly landscapes. And here is my observatory, remarks Topola proudly. I acquired my autognomes from the same fellow who sold me this telescope, which allows me to spy on all the worlds in this system and gaze at stars in other systems as well. Topola walks across the room and touches a wall, causing a tall opening to appear in front of the telescope. Would you care to have a look? The 2 autognomes here are Orwick 5 and Orwick 7, and they keep a close eye on visitors. The telescope is currently pointed at your home world of Toril. Topola says she's been observing the planet for the past several days, and anyone who looks through it can see the crystalline vines engulfing your planet.
Calitha will definitely look through this thing the whole background of her subclass as a druid is like fascination with the stars and maps and all that sort of stuff. So she's just completely amazed by all this, and will look through the telescope.
Right. So you can see that things aren't going well. That more massive vines that they would have to be huge to be so plainly visible even at this distance.
I ask her after looking, do you know of a way to stop that?
So, she says she doesn't, but it's terrifying to behold. And she asks, is this the business that has brought you to my tower?
Before we discuss that, would you mind if I use this device? It's fascinating to look at a different planet or world.
Certainly. I am delighted that your curiosity is so aroused. What planet would you like to look at?
I want to look at the star Zarixis.
All right. She says she does not have a chart to where that is. And Crux at this point pipes up, and he says that he was hoping, or even rather expecting her, to have a map of a wild space system called Doom Space. Now, Topola reluctantly says she doesn't have it, but she does say she has a wild space orrery, which is a wondrous item here. I'm going to show you what that does. So, this magical device inside of a wild space system, it automatically tracks the positions and movements of all the suns, planets, and moons and comets within that system, projecting a display along with your current location. So once you get to a particular wild space system, you effectively have a map of whatever wild space system you are in. So even though she can't provide you with a map of Doom Space, when you do get there, you will be able to get your bearings. Now, she says in exchange for this wondrous item, she does have to ask you to agree to dispose of a local threat.
What's
Go on.
What are we killing now?
A void scaver has started prowling around my tower. I call her Big Mama because she's enormous. I'm surprised you didn't come across her, but then she can be hard to see, except for her single giant red eye. I'll give you my wild space orrery if you slay Big Mama for me. Now, a void scaver is 20 feet long. They tend to be solitary and have a pitch black hide, while void scavers are shark-like creatures that fly through space, feeding on whatever they can fit in their mouths. They're not always aggressive. Often they trail behind larger creatures and ships, feeding off droppings and discarded refuse.
Maybe we have a use for him after all.
A scaver has a single large eye leading edge of its head, and this eye glows while the creature is awake. Its wide mouth is full of sharp teeth. It swims in lazy circles when it sleeps, but otherwise moves through space much like a shark moves through water.
We've dealt with worse.
Never challenge worse. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
So Topola hands over the orrery. Now, this gizmo shows you where you are in relation to the planets, moons, and sun in a wild space system. But you must be in wild space to use it. To get to another system, you first have to enter the astral sea, which will take you wherever you want to go. Once you reach your destination, use the orrery to get your bearings.
So, Dan, that will help us once we get to Doom Space.
Right.
But do we still know? We still don't know where to go, right?
Well, there's and it's an interesting quality of the astral plane. So the wild space, has no gravity, no air, except for the air that a massive object brings along with it. But the astral sea is a little bit different. The astral sea not only has gravity, but also has breathable, comfortable air. The question sometimes that is asked is the air real, or does the heavenly realm merely trick you into thinking you're breathing? The fact is you don't age at all while you're in the astral sea. Time comes to a standstill. A creature can basically survive indefinitely in the astral sea, never aging and never feeling hunger or thirst. Now, a creature doesn't need a vessel to even travel through the astral sea. You can move by the power of thought alone, and the more intelligent a creature is, the faster it can move. You also don't need maps to navigate the astral sea. In the astral sea, all creatures are blessed with directional awareness. Now, this is what is going to explain why you might need a map of Doom Space, but you don't need a map to Doom Space, because any creature can get where it wants to go just by thinking of its destination, at which point it becomes aware of the most direct route to that location. The destination might be somewhere in the astral sea or in wild space, such as the nearest Githyanki outpost, or an astral dominion of a god, or a wild space system like realm space. The directional awareness doesn't reveal how safe the route is, and it could be very far away and very perilous trek to get there, but once you hit the astral sea, you will be able to get to Doom Space just by basically wishing to want to go there.
Then let's go kill this thing so we can get this orrery. Although I guess we already have it, but we should still probably kill the thing.
All right, so as you leave the tower to start to head back to your ship, Topola wishes you good luck in saving your world from annihilation. And with that, you all pile back into the jolly boats and start the trek, about 120-30 some odd foot journey from the rickety dock back to the second wind. So let me go ahead and move us back here.
Dan, sorry, wait a second. I thought that the thing that we're supposed to take care of for her was on her asteroid. No?
No, it's in the area of her asteroid.
Okay, sorry.
It's like a shark that's, bothering Amity Island, so now you're going
Got
out
it.
in a charter boat to get it.
Does anyone know what you chum space with to attract a shark?
I was just about to say we're going to go back to the boat, get the guy we left floating in space.
Oh, no.
There you go.
I mean, we have the corpse of that big aesthetic. We can just chop that up and get that going. I assume just the smell of blood will get space sharks coming.
It could be aesthetically pleasing.
Boo.
Nobody heard it the first time. It's like a joke bomb. I was just waiting for it to go off.
All right, so everybody piles back into the jolly boats. Let me.
I'm still voting for getting Haston.
All right, so you get about halfway out, and Boo falls overboard. Now,
Yeah, guys, this one.
let's get him back in there. All right. As the jolly boat approaches the second wind, an enormous jet black behemoth glides out of the darkness and cosmic dust. Its red eye glowing brightly as its jaws open wide, and long, stringy strands of saliva break off into weightless globs as the ravenous monster descends from above.
Uh-oh.
Well, at least he won't be hard to find.
Right?
Found him. There he is.
Here's a lovely art handout to show what you're dealing with here.
Ooh.
Nice.
So it says Big Mama's 40 feet away. That's a little bit closer than this.
Oh, look how cute.
It's like
All
a
right.
beholder that swims.
Big Mama is a void scaver, and she starts 40 feet away from the jolly boat, which is 50 feet from Topola's dock and the same distance away from the second wind. Let's see. Have Crux and each character make a DC 21 perception check. Everybody make a perception check.
Oh!
All right, anybody who got a 20 or lower.
Holy crap.
Right, which should be only 2 of you? 3
Two of us got
four,
higher.
4 of you. All right. So that would be Erasira, Exelgrix, Violet, and Abu. So you 4 are surprised and will not be able to act in the first round. Everyone else is going to get a first round action, and we can all roll for initiative.
Would it be Alex too? You said 21, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, no, yeah, Alex. Yeah, you're right.
Sorry.
Oh, I thought I clicked the token.
There you go.
That's okay. I got to, add Thrandar?
I must have clicked the wrong thing because they're all so clustered.
Yeah, yeah, it makes it tough. 15. All right, I think that's everybody. All right, Boo, you weren't surprised, so you get to act.
I was surprised.
Oh, you were?
15.
Oh, the 21 was initiative. I'm looking at the wrong number. Okay, okay, so you don't get to act. Calathil?
Okay. Okay, so as a bonus action, I'm going to take a starry form, which is going to be Archer. So let's see. Whenever you swim force, 1 second. Okay, so first of all, that means I get to make an attack roll, like sending a little luminous arrow in this direction.
Okay.
As a bonus action. Oh, I rolled damage. Sorry. That's not what I meant to do. There we go. Does a 19 hit?
19 does.
Okay, so then I guess that's 6 points of damage on the thing. And then, so as my bonus action, and then as my action, I will cast Summon Beast at a 3rd level. And I'll have it be an air beast.
Drop it right there.
Okay, and I'd like to put it kind of out. Oops, sorry. Yeah, out in that direction.
Okay.
I think, by the way, it's going to have 25 hit points because I summoned it at 1. Yeah, 25 hit points, not 20.
Gotcha.
And then, so that's my action, and on its turn, it will use its flyby ability to basically fly, attack, and then kind of fly away to there. And so this is its attack. Do you see that, Dan?
Yep.
That roll?
18.
Yeah. Does that hit?
It does.
Okay, and then so it's this plus 3, so 15 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And that's it.
Alright, Commodore Crux, for his part, is going to leverage his musket and take a shot. He's going to miss, but he hits on the second shot. 10 points of damage. Thrandar.
Okay, so I'm just checking. How far is it? Oh yeah, I could reach that. Okay, so there's something I don't understand about the wording of this spell here. I'm going to throw it in the chat. It says that the next attack roll made against the target before the end of your next turn has advantage. Are they saying my next attack or anyone's attack?
Anyone's.
Okay. Well, that could work either way.
Right.
So I'm upcasting it. And let's see if it hits here. Oh!
Nice. $21 points of damage. 21. All right.
And that's all I'm doing.
That's a lot of damage that this guy is taking, my Faya.
Okay, let's see how far I am. So it's 40 feet. Let me see if my pistol can even reach. I think it's only... It says 30-90, so I'd be at disadvantage if I took a shot, right?
You would be, right.
Okay, it's the only thing I can do. I'm gonna take a shot. Hold on, let me... I always forget disadvantage on this roll.
So the 9 makes it miss, unfortunately.
Yep, and that'll be it because I'm not planning on jumping off this boat or anytime soon.
Big Mama's got a fly speed of 40. Let's see. There's 8 of you, right? Alright, Exelgrex. You get targeted by the Ray of Fear. Let me change it so you can see it.
Son of a bitch.
So that is a Wisdom saving throw.
Alright. What's the DC?
16.
Okay, well, I'm going to use one of my portents, which is 13. So unless this is a 1, I'm going to make it no matter what.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So you are not frightened.
Perfect.
20, 25, 30. So it swims up, and let's see. It's got Abu and Crux. Who else is in this boat? We've got Myphea and Thrandar. Alright, I'm just making sure that there's only 4 of you in that boat. Let's roll a d4 and see who it's attacking. Alright, coming after Thrandar. Does an 18 hit?
That is his armor class, so I think yeah.
Alright, 33 piercing damage.
And please make a dex save against his Wrath of the Storm.
15.
14. Okay, so he got half damage.
Which is how much?
3, I guess.
Okay. So you have to make a dexterity saving throw, DC 16, or be swallowed by the scabber.
Nice. Yes.
All right, so you're not swallowed. As you can see, getting swallowed has all sorts of nasty ramification from digestive juices in the scabber's gullet. But thankfully you avoided that.
Not today.
As he did not swallow you, right.
Oh no.
Then we go to Island.
I think I was
But it took a fair amount.
surprised.
33 piercing. Ugh.
Right.
That is a lot.
I don't get to go, right? Because I was surprised.
Oh, right. You were surprised. We are still in the first round. Erasira. Were you surprised?
I was surprised as well.
All right. Alex was surprised. Exogrix
Was surprised.
was surprised. All right. All of you just happened to be at the end of the round. Okay. Abu?
Yeah.
Right back to me. Oh, what to do? Is it close enough for me to jump onto him?
Yeah.
No, is that athletics
Yep.
or acrobatics?
I'll allow either.
Do the acrobatics.
All right. So you jump on his back.
And then I'm going to.
Psychic Blades.
For 9?
14 misses.
Oh, okay.
Right. Anything else? Say again.
Bonus attack.
Okay.
Oh, it's
12 misses. Okay. Calathil.
All right. All right. I'll cast Guiding Bolt at the thing. 17 for 10 radiant damage.
Radiant.
Okay, and then that means I will get advantage on my next attack roll, which is that bonus action thing.
Okay.
So. Oh, good. So that's a crit. So 12 more points of radiant damage.
All right.
And then that's it for Calthil, but the beast will fly down here and get up next to it and attack.
Okay. 18 hits.
18. Okay, I'm just gonna do this again manually. So 15 points of damage. Man, those are some good damage rolls.
Yeah, they are.
I should probably reload roll 20, but I'm not gonna.
If it ain't broke, right? Alright, let's see. So musket shots. 1 hit for 10 piercing damage. From Crux, and then we go to Thrandar, who got a big chunk bitten out of him.
Yeah, I'm going to learn from that. I'm throwing up a shield of faith around myself.
Alright.
And if I still can use another spell as an action, or does it have to be a cantrip?
Yes, it can be a cantrip. It has to be a cantrip.
That's what I thought. Okay. Since we did damage him, gonna hit him with Toll the Dead.
I think Big Mama made their save.
Do anything on a half damage or
I
no?
don't think so, no.
No.
My fair.
Okay, let's hope I can actually shoot this thing now that it's within distance. Does 19 hit?
Does.
Great.
18 points
And
of
then
damage.
sneak attack wouldn't count because the boo's right on. Oh, it does count. Okay,
Right.
yeah, boo's right there. But yeah, that'll be everything for me because I can't really run anywhere.
Now, Big Mama, for her part, turns around, shakes, and gets Abu just enough that he's going to try to reach around and bite you, Abu. Does a 15 hit?
It does. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. My AC is 15.
Oh, you see that damage? That might be the most damage I've ever rolled on an attack roll.
67?
Yeah.
Wow.
One bite, you are unconscious, but you more importantly have to make the dexterity saving throw against being swallowed.
Wait, well, why am I unconscious?
Oh, don't you only have 45 hit points?
Yeah, but I also have uncanny dodge.
Oh.
And a dozy dodge. Yeah, so can I use the uncanny dodge?
So that would make it from 67 to 33?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm only slightly dead.
And then make a dexterity saving throw. You are swallowed.
Okay, I want to use my Cosmic Omen ability,
Okay.
which I can use a reaction to add a d6, which I will now roll. Damn it.
Can I assist him there? Inside the gut? No.
So that would have given him a 12 and not an 11.
Right.
Don't think a 12 succeeds, does it?
No, it does not, unfortunately.
Oh, wait. If I fail an ability check, which I have proficiency, you can roll one psychic die and add the number to the roll check. Does that make
If
sense?
a character is swallowed, do they take damage inside if we attack this thing? Very thought.
Yeah.
What do I have to get to not be swallowed?
16.
A 16, right?
And I rolled a 5.
Yep.
Alright, so even with a D8, I wouldn't get there.
Alright, so you are swallowed. That means you are blinded, restrained, have total cover against attacks and other effects that originate outside the scaver. You're going to take 2d10 acid damage at the start of each of the scaver's turns.
Ooh.
Okay, so the start of the scaver's turn, you will take 2d10 acid. And he might die by the time he comes up. And you can see if the scaver takes 25 damage from a single thing, he might vomit you out. Violet.
Okay. This thing looks pretty bloody. Is that a correct assessment?
It is well beyond half of its hit points.
Right.
I would call it 25% health.
Right. I'm gonna bonus action hex it. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to use Hexblade's Curse instead. And then I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt. Ooh. Okay.
And is that it?
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Alright. Erasira.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
That's a Wisdom save.
11 psychic damage.
And bonus action. Oh.
$18 hits for 16 damage. Alright, and if that is it for Erasira, we go to Alex.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. First off, I'm gonna
what is that?
It's the basically I have a piece of metal it's the spell catapult. You shoot it at it.
Oh, I was unfamiliar of the catapult spell. I didn't realize that was a spell.
That's an actual spell.
No kidding.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. All right. Dexterity saving throw. Made it. So I take half damage, 11.
Yep. And as a bonus action, oh, never mind. I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
Yay!
And no more swallowed, I assume?
If the scabbard dies, a swallowed creature is no longer restrained.
I'm still in there.
But you're still in there.
Get him out of there.
I'm going to star step into the gaping mouth of this creature.
Well, it's Exelgrix's turn, so let's see what
Oh,
Exelgrix has.
shoot. I'm sorry. I didn't realize we were still in initiative order.
Right.
My bad.
That's okay.
Well, that was the thing, is I don't... The hell do I do?
Maybe nothing.
Maybe nothing. Let's see.
I started attacking the body and cutting the door.
Well, I was gonna actually... Let's see. I'm going to. I think I'm going to go in. Can I get into his mouth
Sure.
and squeeze myself in there and grab him and drag him out?
Pull him out. Absolutely.
I'm also able to. Where is it? I can also hold my breath for an hour, so there's no risk of suffocation or anything like that either.
All right. Very good. You able to pull Abu out of the belly of the beast?
Then I grab a tooth from the beast as he pulls me out.
So
You got a tooth?
when you pulled out Abu, something else came with it. A partially digested dwarf skeleton wearing a fish suit.
Okay. Okay.
That's weird.
That seems like a bad idea to wear that in Wild Space.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Try it
a
on.
bulky suit that is basically like a diving suit. If you
Yeah.
Just take it like that.
For flying speed equal to your walking speed in an environment with no gravity. That could be really useful.
That could be really useful.
Yeah, it could be.
Huh.
And nobody wanted it.
Let me do the other.
1 minute to put
Yeah.
on.
Kind of tricky with that spoon.
Is it going in the group collection?
Okay, so let's see. So you get back to the second wind. You've got this fish suit magic item to take with you for your troubles. You have defeated Big Mama, and you've already got the orrery. So there's no reason to even go back and inform Topola. So I think that is where we will leave it for this week, since we're 3 minutes before the hour. Rather than start another piece of this, I think I could let this go. Let's see, we're in chapter 5 here. So we got a little bit left of chapter 5, not a lot, but we'll pick up with that next week and then get into chapter 6. And then after that, we will level up again.
Alright.
So we're getting
Right on.
closer to level 7. So, all right. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's game. That Big Mama, she bites like a bitch, huh?
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
67 points
Yeah.
of damage. Thank God you were able to mitigate that.
Yeah. I would have been able to survive one turn after this one.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. That was fun. All right. I'll put everybody back on the ship. Well, I guess, how long does that bestial spirit last?
Oh, you can eliminate that. That's fine.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you, guys.
The only question I will say to wrap it up with for this week, what do we want to do with Hastane?
I want to go punch him a couple times.
Yeah, just let us think about it.
Keep towing him behind the boat.
Punching bag.
Yeah,
Did
keep
he have
him with us
anything-
for now. Why not?
Did he have
Yeah.
anything of interest on
Yeah.
him?
Well,
He has that big fancy trident, but it's not magical.
Took the trident, yeah.
I would at the very least.
Was he wearing any
Stuff
armor?
to go with the,
No armor.
Well, if
We
the ship
stopped
has a
going to
flag,
the
we can always
south,
tie it
right?
around the trident.
What was that?
Well, if the ship has a flag, we can always hang it on the trident.
Yeah, let's keep him alive. No reason not to.
yeah.
Yeah, just tow him behind the boat.
Or we could treat him like a prisoner under the
Prisoner.
laws of war.
War.
Maybe even untie him and let him. I don't know.
Let him be able to cast spells.
You want to
Yeah.
feed?
I'm not sure I trust him.
outside the boat.
I suppose you want to feed him too.
I think that's a good idea. Controversially.
Hey, how about we feed them to the space whales for them being so nice to us?
I don't think they're carnivorous.
He eats space krill.
Yeah, they don't have mouths that I can see.
Hey, Dan, I'm just real curious about this thing because he was commanding a giant jellyfish and he created some kind of a golem. Are those just natural abilities he had, or?
Yes.
Have you teach us how to create a golem?
He is a creature that's called a Rygar, R-E-I-G-A-R.
I don't trust this guy at my back.
Well, I don't know if he could tell us more at all, because didn't he say that he was the one who told them to go to our planet?
Yep.
Specifically?
He did say that.
Yeah, he should be dead.
But I mean, who are these? Like, what is he? Who are
We
these?
should keep him alive to question him in the future when things arise, and until then we can just use him as a punching bag.
Yeah.
Or a knife holder.
Or a partner in interesting conversation about his background and, upbringing and things like that. Just throwing that out there.
See, Dan, I don't want him casting. How about we tie his arms through the grate on the floor with his legs, so his body's above and his arms and legs are tied below.
I'm trying so hard, Dan. It's not. I'm not succeeding, but I'm trying.
You could cut off his fingers. I mean.
Oh God.
Okay, I have another question. I know in Alaska that certain parts of a whale are very, what's the word I'm looking for, sought after, by the Eskimos. Is there anything of value about the animal's hide?
Well, they're not dead. They're simply lassoed to your ship. But I don't know that there's any market for any biological byproduct of these whales.
Also, I'm afraid Calthil's going to have to draw the line absolutely at whaling the creatures that have very helpfully dragged us around the universe so far. That's a hard pass.
I'm going to have
Who said anything about those whales? We're talking about the thing we just killed.
Big Mama, the shark thing. Oh, okay, gotcha.
No, it's okay. No, it's fine.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, hack that thing to pieces. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a shark tooth necklace, trophies, I don't know.
Yeah, I would.
Oh my goodness.
Surviving being eaten, I want to take it to.
I hear if you grind its bones up into powder, it has a very good medicinal purpose.
Jeez.
He say purpose.
Can we turn its teeth into arrowheads?
Yeah, sure. Why
I don't
not?
know if we know how to do that.
We could take it in and get the head, the tail, the whole thing. The whole damn thing.
Front bow, back stern. You don't get that right, I'll throw your ass out the little round window on the side.
So what was it? 3,000 gold? What'd they say? I don't know.
Lordy.
All right, folks. We will
Alrighty,
leave
guys.
it there. Thank you all.
Thanks,
everybody.
Great Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, you have
Me too.
And we will see you all next Tuesday.
All right.
See you guys next Tuesday.
See ya.
Take care.
Right.